I'm going to be analyzing gameplay sent in from my viewers, and we're going to basically be breaking it down on ways they can improve, but also on things they're doing absolutely amazing, and I'm going to give credit where credit is due. If you do want to check out Carl, the links to his channel will be down in the description. If you do enjoy this series and you want your gameplay analyzed, make sure you message me down below, and we'll be able to look into trying and get you a featured video. So guys, if you do enjoy this, please make sure you hit that like button and think about dropping a subscribe onto the channel. Let's jump straight into the video, guys. In this video, guys, we are going to be analyzing Carllasagna. Now, Carllasagna is one of my mods, and he has actually done some videos for us before that we've been able to analyze, and honestly, the improvement is crazy. So, as you can see here, guys, he live pings where he thinks he got seen from because he has the high alert on. So, he done really well to warn his teammates about that situation. Of course, I think he actually has improved so much since these old videos where I've analyzed him before, as mentioned. And as you can see here, he's using the Bruin, which was in Warzone 1, and he's mixing that with the Swarm. So guys, the Swarm and the Bruin right now are very, very good weapons, and let me know down in the comments if you want me to try the Bruin, because it is an old gun, so we could review that old gun that we used in the previous times. So as you can see, guys, he has a UAV up, and he is currently holding the Bruin to engage and start this gunfight. Now, I would always say use your primary weapon when engaging in. Wow, he actually got really lucky there, because as you can see, his high alert told him someone was coming from behind. I'm actually going to review this for you guys here. So once he engages to this point, he kills the first guy. And right in a second here, wait for it. When he turns his back here, he got the high alert on the right-hand side. So initially, he thought it was his, the guy coming up from here. But of course, that's his teammate. So I think he done really well to notice that there is someone else coming in. Now, we can't hear the communication between him and his teammates, which is a little unfortunate, but it doesn't matter. We can tell because of the fast reaction from these two that they were saying that there is someone else coming in. And that is thanks to the high alert. The high alert definitely helped in this situation and is a very, very good perk to be using. So from here, guys, we can see obviously his teammate got the knock, but he sees the parachute onto the left there. Now, what's he going to do? I'm not 100% sure, but he has the live ping currently. So with the live ping, he pops his UAV to double check, and he can see that the guy has gone up. Now, he's bearing in mind he has got his SMG out, which is perfect. If he had his Bruin out, this would have been bad, because you don't know the range in which that person's at. He done really, really well there. Of course, if he had his Bruin out, the guy had his back to him, probably still could have won that gunfight, but definitely a good thing to do there was having the right weapon in his hand at the time. So from here, guys, he jumps off the high ground to come to his teammate's aid. I'm pretty sure his teammate Sly must have mentioned about something to do with needing help, so that's probably why he jumped down. Again, we can't really know what's being said, but the smokes, guys, he smoked very quick as soon as he could. The moment he jumped up, he threw a smoke down to help his teammate. The grenade coming in, they're probably not sure where that grenade came from. Most likely on the roof above, because it exploded straight away, which means it took time to travel to that location. So right here, guys, this is just before they get into action. We can see here, if you look at the minimap, that Carllasagna is not with his teammates. Now, normally, I'm someone who says that you should try and stick together as a team unless you are all very, very confident. But at the same time, he's lucky here because he's been airstriked, so he does obviously rotate over. Now, the thing is, guys, I would always advise, to try and stay with your team as long as possible. But in this situation, it's kind of okay to split. Now, Carl's being rather risky here. He's standing up on top, narrowly, missing being killed. I noticed that all three of them are running some form of tempered, which is going to be either the tempered vest or the perk. Now, here, Carl's being very smart. He's stowing a smoke so that he is able to then, when picking up more smokes, have enough available and spares left over. Now, in this situation, I think Carl is doing well to play it up. He's trying to stay low so that he can't be seen from the other roof, but also remain close to this stairs to be able to try and, counter anyone coming up. He pre-aims there. sorry, pre-shoots. So he pre-shot there, and I think that's actually a really good thing to do, but he hasn't reloaded. This is a mistake on Carl's part, I personally think. But at the same time, Carl could hear him coming, so he kind of wanted to be ready. Right here, guys, I've paused it only for the reason of I want to show you how much Carl has overexposed himself. He hasn't stayed near the wall. Now, in my personal opinion, I think he should have stayed a little bit closer to the wall, a little bit further back. He probably still would have gone down in this situation as there is 3 of them. But nevertheless, you should always try and give yourself the best advantage. So in this situation, when he come around this corner, he's already exposed. Right now, he's actually exposed to the enemy, and he's still not looking towards them. He then turns towards them now, and as you can see, 3 people, and he stays remaining in front of them and eventually turns around, but by this time it's too late. He's already knocked, but he did manage to trade and get 1 knock with that little drone. So we'll replay it again. So you see how here he overexposes himself a little bit. Watch this. So he shoots, and so he reloads his gun first, which is great, but then he runs and overexposes himself. Now, it's okay because his teammate was there to back him up, but let's just say his other teammates were still over that other side. It could have been a little bit more dangerous. It could have been dangerous. Now, moving on to this next part, you've got to look at the storm. The storm's closing in. They've only got a little bit left, right? But his teammates, you know, all 3 of them are on this one building now. The other building is the better building, but of course, at the time, there's not much they can do. So one thing I noticed about this next coming up incident is there's a small chance they can come from behind, but not a massive one. So it is okay to all peek this way. So Sly goes down. You notice how Carl has just used a smoke. Now, in my personal opinion, I don't think a smoke is needed here because you do have protection from this wall. You can't shoot through this wall with a sniper, an assault rifle, or anything like that. The only thing you need to really worry about is if they try and throw maybe a Semtex over or something like that. Not only that is he uses a second smoke. Now, you've saved up smoke, so he still does have another smoke left because obviously he was saving those 2 in his backpack. But the second smoke he's thrown down is so that they can rotate. Now, he's jumped straight out of the smoke. Theoretically speaking, the team who is up on top of that building have made the mistake here. He has to move. The storm's coming in. There's nothing he can do. He's got to move. Would I have made this same rotation? Probably not, because if this team that's on the opposite roof didn't take their eyes off of him, Carl would be dead right now. I personally, what I would have done to rotate out of this situation, I would have dropped down as quick as I could right here and then gone over. But of course, Carl risked it, and the risk pays off. I'm not gonna lie. So right here, no one's watching him. So you can see that they're still on the roof right here, guys. You can see that they're still on the roof. As you can see in this frame, you can still see 1 person over here, 1 person here, and 1 person here. You can still see all of them on the roof. Now, I wouldn't have even done this. In that situation, knowing that there's still 3 of them up there, I wouldn't have come up here like this, okay? This is so risky, and I don't believe it. But they jumped off, or they've gone somewhere. The ones over here, they're either behind the vent here, or they've jumped. And of course, they're not behind the vent because Carl can hear them pulling their shoots. The audio's not perfect for me, but for him, it's going to be much better. So he knows that they've jumped down. Now, he can see them here, and he's engaging on them. But of course, there was still one behind him that was near the stairwell. So you've got to remember this. So these are the little things you need to remember. And I'm not sure if maybe Carl forgot. But, you know, he's right here. He's changed his gun in the middle. Now, I personally would have engaged on this gunfight with the Bruin. I think it's a little bit... It's not necessarily too far with the swarm. But what you got to think about is you can only see his head. Which means the swarm that has, you know, a decent amount of recoil, it might have been a bit too much of a distance included with the head glitch. To be a hard gunfight to win with the swarm. But moving forward, we can see his teammate is here. His teammate's gone down but has done the ping. But now, as we can see, some reason his teammate jumped off. I believe the teammate's name is Biscuit. Biscuit's jumped off the roof here and left Sly on his own, which isn't probably the best thing to do. You probably should have backed up your teammate there, but there isn't too much, you know, in this situation you could do about it. He's already jumped. So Sly does do the best thing possible. He smokes, plates up. In my personal opinion, he should have stayed in the smoke. But it's paid off and he's slid out. Now, here's the problem. He's in the middle of doing a plating animation. But check this out. That guy missed so many shots, right? But not only did that guy miss so many shots, Sly managed to win this gunfight. I personally, Sly is an awesome guy, but I don't know how Sly won this. Fair play to him, though. We'll quickly replay that without me pausing it. So he slid out and managed to get them shots in. Well played from Sly there. Honestly, really well played. Now, Carllasagna's been brought in. So Carl has a couple of options he can do. He can either fly and ping people, or he can go down and help and try and kill people as quick as possible. Now, in this situation, it is a 2v2. You can see up the top, it's a 2v2. I would always pull my chute up here just to be able to, I mean, of course, he's in the gas. He needs to get out of the gas. I would always pull my chute to just give me a brief second, like 2 to 3 seconds, to analyze the situation. My first port of action is going to be to check how many people are alive. I can see that it's a 2v2, right? This is all going through my head within 3 seconds. 2v2, look at the map. Where can people be? Sly's on the high ground. We know no one is up high, which means they have to be down low. So in this situation, I would probably get to here. I might even pull my chute at this point to see if I can physically see anyone. Again, I don't have comms. I don't have any comms at all. But in this particular situation, Sly is probably mentioning where people are. So Carl doesn't need to pull a chute. So Carl can go straight down, which he done very well. Now, he has 2 options, okay? Find a gun or use the gun he's got. Now, in Warzone 3, you start with a gun that's not just a pistol. So, that being said, you could, theoretically speaking, go straight into a gunfight and help your teammates, but the loadout weapons will always be better. Upon trying to get a loadout weapon, he's found a flare, which is great. He could get his 3rd teammate back. Now, here's one thing I must commend Carl for doing. He grabs one gun. He doesn't loot the rest of the loot. He leaves that loot behind. He could have gone and picked up the 2nd gun, got the smoke, got this, got the perks, to make himself in the best possible situation. But instead, what he done was he grabbed one gun, and now he's played it up, because I'm guessing there's some communication going on between him and Sly, and they done really well. He got straight into the action. Perfect play from Carl here. But you can see that there's a guy on the floor here. I'm sure there's communications going on about this. The guy doesn't self-res. I don't know why this guy didn't self-res here. Let's quickly run around this corner right now. So this whole time, that guy's just sitting on the floor, and he didn't self-res until now. He should have just self-res. He's probably waiting for his teammate to come on something. Carl, stop teabagging. Stop teabagging. It's toxic. But no, honestly, Carl done really well. His teammates done really well. As I said, there's a few things I would have done differently in a few of the situations. But there's also some things that Carl done absolutely perfect. And he has improved so much. This might not have been the highest kill game you've ever seen, obviously. But I genuinely believe Carl has improved so much over the years. And it's been awesome to see, you know, how much he's changed just in the past 2 years. Whether it be, I don't want to take credit for it, like saying that, you know, he's been watching me, he's one of my mods, he's learned how to, like, do things. But at the same time, just knowing I might have even had a small, you know, help in his improvement is just an amazing feeling. And again, he's done really, really well. So, guys, as I said before, if you want to have your gameplay analyzed, doesn't matter, you could be an insane gamer, okay? Or you could generally be a bot like me, and I'd love to check out your gameplay and analyze it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. I hope you've had a good time, and I'll see you all in the next video, guys.